Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel. So we are in a different location today. I'm kind of having renovations and work done to the house, so I'm having to move about where I film, so I hope you can excuse that. But today I thought we would react to a video I did on my main channel 6 years ago. So yeah, it's been a long time. So I filmed this video in 2017. Like I say, it was on my other channel, and it is the Elder Scrolls tag. So as you guys know, I am a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls franchise, and I love these kind of tag videos. So I'm going to react to my old self, and we're going to re-answer the questions, I guess, to see if my answers have stayed the same. I'm going to pop the video somewhere up here so you can watch along with me. If I'm looking down a lot, that's because I am, of course, watching the video as well. Hey guys, so if you can hear any background noise, it is absolutely peeing it down outside, as it usually does in sunny old England. That's really funny because it's actually raining now as well. So when I recorded this 6 years ago, it was raining, and now it's also raining. Can we just say, I don't think I look any different than I used to do. Today I am going to be doing the Elder Scrolls tag. Anyway, I was trying to think of what kind of Elder Scrolls videos I could do without actually playing the game for you guys. Although on that note, there might be some Let's Play things coming up if you enjoy watching people playing video games. That's really funny because it never happened. I said there might be some Let's Plays coming up, it never happened. Now, at the moment on this channel, we are currently doing a Let's Play, which is A Harvest Moon Back to Nature, and I am hoping to do more Let's Plays in the future. But in terms of I call it my main channel, it's not really my main channel, my sister channel, yeah. Gameplay videos never happened. There's 10 questions. First question, which Elder Scrolls games have you played? Well, I can't actually remember how many Elder Scrolls games have been released, but I've not played that many, to be fair. I've played a little bit of Morrowind, not all of it. I've played Oblivion so many times. I'm currently replaying Oblivion. And I've played Skyrim so many times. I haven't played the Elder Scrolls Online yet. I really need to. This video will be focused mainly on Oblivion and Skyrim. Before we get to question 2, so which Elder Scrolls games have you played? That's pretty much still the same. So I said in this video that I hadn't played Elder Scrolls Online yet. I have since played Elder Scrolls Online, and I personally didn't get on with it. I would love to give it another go, to be honest, but I am not an MMO person, I'm really not. I am very much a solo or a couch co-op player, so as much as I would really love to get into the Elder Scrolls Online, I just haven't. Of course, played Oblivion many times before and since this video. Skyrim, I am currently doing a playthrough at the moment. I'm trying to platinum Skyrim on the PlayStation 5. Morrowind I still haven't got back into, so I've played the tiniest bit of Morrowind, and I would like to get back to that. In terms of Arena and Daggerfall, I have watched playthroughs of them. I don't even think I'd watched any playthroughs at this point, but I personally haven't played them myself yet. Again, that's something that I would like to explore and perhaps do a little bit of gameplay on this channel. But yeah, that's pretty much the same. What is your favourite Elder Scrolls game? That's really tough because I do love Oblivion and Skyrim, like I said, but I think overall I'm going to have to go for Oblivion. Yeah, okay, totally agree still. So I am currently playing Skyrim again, like I say, and I am, you know, if I wasn't trying to platinum it, I probably would have turned it off by now. I do really like Skyrim, don't get me wrong. I think for the time that it came out, still, by the way, just a timestamp for myself, still no Elder Scrolls 6, no news, anything, not really. It's lackluster compared to Oblivion, it really is, and I do still stand by that I think Oblivion is the best Elder Scrolls game, and one of the best games of all time, I would go so far as to say. Question 3. What races have you played as, and what is your favourite race? The races I've played as are High Elf, Dark Elf, Wood Elf, so that's Bosmer, Altmer, and Dark Elf, Dunmer. Oh, I forgot then. High Elf, Dark Elf, Wood Elf, Nord, and Imperial. Oh, and Redguard, Nord Elf and Imperial. I think that's the only ones I've played as. So if my memory serves me correctly, the only 3 I've never played as is Orc, Khajiit, and Argonian. Oh wait, I haven't played as the
magic class either, beginning with a B. Oh, what are they called?
Breton. So I'm currently playing a Bosmer, again, a Wood Elf. I still love the Wood Elves. So yeah, that was quite a convoluted way to answer that question, wasn't it? So what races have I played? Pretty much all of them at this point. I still haven't played an Argonian, to be honest, and I don't think I've played an Orc, but I have played a Khajiit and a Breton. That's the one I was looking for. I have played a Breton since. And it said, what was your favourite race? Probably still the Bosmer, yeah, probably still Wood Elves.
What is your favourite faction? So that could be like the Thieves Guild, the Dark Brotherhood, the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild, the Companions, etc., etc.
I'm going to predict what I said. What did I say 6 years ago my favourite faction was? Probably the Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion specifically. I hope I said that anyway. Let's see.
I did really like the Thieves Guild in Oblivion.
Okay, I said the Thieves Guild in Oblivion. Yeah, still very good quest lines, yeah. I do think the Dark Brotherhood trumps it though, to be honest. So I'm surprised that I said the Thieves Guild in Oblivion. I guess that's what I might have been playing at the time, so it was like fresh in the head. So now, what is my favourite faction? Well, let's go with Oblivion. And I'm going to say, I think the Mages Guild questline is quite underrated in Oblivion, actually. I do really like that one. So, is it better than the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild? Maybe not. I honestly think all the factions in Oblivion are pretty solid. Skyrim... The Companions could have been so much more, and they weren't. The Dark Brotherhood I like in Skyrim, actually. Not as good as Oblivion, but I do like it. The sun has decided to come out quite drastically. The Thieves Guild in Skyrim... Not really, no. I think the Thieves Guild in Oblivion is far better. The College of Winterhold, again, I quite like that questline and that faction in Skyrim, but I do think they could have done better with it. Just... Everything was much better in Oblivion, wasn't it? But I do think everybody talks about that one Dark Brotherhood quest in Oblivion. You know what I'm talking about. And I do agree. I do think the Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion is probably one of the best quest lines I've ever done, honestly. So I'm going to say Dark Brotherhood.
Have you ever role-played to make your game-playing experience different? So, with RPG games, which are role-playing games already, you can just play the game and do whatever you fancy, or you can like role play strict set of rules. So yeah, I have role played before. It's a little bit hard for me to do because I play on console, so I can't get mods. There's some like really good role playing mods out there, but I am a console player. And my Oblivion playthrough at the minute, I am role-playing.
Okay, again, quite a long convoluted answer for that one. Do I role-play video games? Yes, I do. So at the moment, like I say, I am currently replaying Skyrim. Funny enough, I am also a Bosmer in that one. So 6 years ago, I was playing a Wood Elf in Oblivion, and today I'm playing a Wood Elf in Skyrim. Nothing changes, does it? So yes, I definitely do roleplay. At the moment for this Skyrim one, I'm not, because I'm trying to platinum it, so there's no point trying to do a roleplay. Now, it's interesting that I mentioned I'm a console player and it's harder to roleplay. I am going to retract that statement, actually. I'm going to take that back. I think that while there are some great mods and custom content out there for PC players, I don't think it makes it any easier or harder to roleplay, so I am going to take that statement back.
What is your favourite province on Tamriel? Well, my favourite province is...
I'm going to pause it. What would I have said? What is your favourite province in Tamriel? Well, because I love the Wood Elves so much, I guess I might have said Valenwood. I would quite like that to be the setting for the next Elder Scrolls game, but I don't think it will be. So I think I might have said Valenwood. I think I am going to go for a generic answer and say Cyrodiil. I far preferred the setting of Cyrodiil to Skyrim. Let's see what past me said.
Probably Cyrodiil, the whole Oblivion thing. However, I would love to visit Valenwood in a future game because, like I said, the Bosmer are my favourites.
It's so funny. My answers really haven't changed that much, have they? Question 7 now. I promise we're nearly there. There's only 10 of them. I know I can ramble.
Aedra or Daedra?
Oh, Aedra or Daedra. What did I say 6 years ago? I bet I said Aedra. I'm going to say Daedra now. I think the Daedra are much more interesting in terms of, I don't know if this is a future question, so I'm just going to answer it here. Like I say, I haven't watched this in, well, I don't think I've ever watched it. So I don't know what I'm going to answer, obviously. Favourite Aedra is Kinnereth. And favourite Daedra. Oh, see, that's more interesting. And because I have to think about it more, I think the Daedra are better. I really like Nocturnal. Azura. You know, these are quite stock answers, aren't they? I find Boethia quite interesting, actually. But yeah, I just think all of the Daedra have their own unique sort of thing. And so do the Aedra, but I just find the Daedra much more interesting.
So, if you're not familiar, Aedra are kind of like gods, and Daedra are kind of like demons.
That's very simplified for Elder Scrolls lore, by the way, but we'll go with it.
I do like both. For example, in my current playthrough, my character worships Mara, who's an Aedra. However, the Daedric quests, you can't deny, the Daedric quests are just phenomenal. They are the best part of the games in most cases.
Oh, they are the best part of the games in most cases. Do I believe that? Maybe, actually. That's very interesting. What do you think about that?
Off the top of your head, no researching, what are some of your favourite quests?
So do I have to guess what past me said or what current me is saying? What are some of your favourite quests? I'm going to try and keep this very brief. So, of course, I believe I would have said, and I'm still saying it now, whodunit. Of course, everybody talks about whodunit. That's such a really difficult question to answer, isn't it? Like, I hate my past self for making this question because this is so hard. I would definitely need some more time to think about it. I might do a video here in the future talking about my favourite quests. I know that's a bit of a cop-out, but I would really love to delve into that a little bit more, especially when talking about Oblivion, because I could talk about that game for hours.
Now, I put no researching specifically because that is so tough to think off the top of your head. I would say definitely, I really enjoyed, I don't know if I'm sadistic or what, but I really enjoyed the whodunit quest in Oblivion, the Dark Brotherhood quest line, where you're in, I don't want to do any spoilers really, but when you're in the house, you know, Dark Brotherhood, if you've done it in Oblivion, pretty much the whole Thieves Guild questline in Oblivion, like I said, not one specific quest. I kind of enjoyed the canvassing the castle in Oblivion as well, where you have to find out who stole the Countess's painting of her husband. It's kind of boring once you replay it in a way, but my first time playing that quest, I really loved it. I felt like such a detective.
I think that's a very interesting point that I brought up there. The joy of the Elder Scrolls sometimes is discovering something for the first time. And I think what can be quite hard to grip your interest in those games is once you've discovered it for the first time, not so much for Oblivion, but I think for Skyrim this holds. Once you've discovered these plot twists and what actually happened, apologies for a very loud motorbike, it can be quite hard to capture your interest again after that when replaying the quests. So I do think that what I said is quite interesting there. Takes something really special for you to want to replay or rewatch this thing when you know what's going to happen. And I do think that Oblivion has that. I'm not so sure if Skyrim does, if I'm being honest. But I am replaying it. So, like I say, I have played Skyrim many times. But I just think trying to compare it to Oblivion is really like chalk and cheese, isn't it?
Question 9. Have you ever stolen a sweet roll?
Have you ever stolen a sweet roll? Do you know what? I have stolen a sweet roll. Have I stolen one in real life? No. Do you know why? Because I don't know anyone who's ever made a sweet roll. I need to make a sweet roll. I want to try a sweet roll. But yeah, bit of a funny question there.
Yes, I have, and I am not afraid to admit it.
My attitude is exactly the same, isn't it? Final question.
Question 10, my last question. It was a little hard to think of questions, so sorry if it sucks.
Sorry if it sucks.
What is your favourite weapon to use?
What is your favourite weapon to use? Okay, this is pretty easy. So back then I would have said a bow. Yeah. Stealth archer? Yeah. Am I still a stealth archer in most games? Yeah. I am one of the most generic players you have ever encountered. Stealth archer? Absolutely.
And I am an archer all the time, not just in the Elder Scrolls, pretty much any role-playing game where you are able to use a bow and arrow or a crossbow, that's me. I'm an archer 100%.
That still hasn't changed, how funny. It's the end of my Elder Scrolls tag. It's so cringy watching old videos back, isn't it? But yeah, funny enough, my opinion just hasn't really changed that much. Who's surprised? I'm certainly not. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this sort of silly, nostalgia-filled video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye Embers.